There.
Okay, hi. This is Pam from ROC Metaphysical, and I'm doing Zoom today with Sage Walker. And I have to say a disclaimer, I'm not very proficient at this, so you'll have to be patient. So I'm gonna just share the screen for a second and just bring up the page so you can see the name of the magazine is called ROC Metaphysical. It's an online magazine that's all about spirituality, metaphysical information, and alternative health. There's also a Facebook page associated with it. And you can go on the magazine for free, and you can always visit the Facebook page. So now I'm gonna pop off here and come back. And hopefully you'll see both me and I should say my name, it's Pam. And I'm the owner, editor, and creative force behind the magazine. I've had a meetup for quite a few years here in Rochester, New York, and have met lots of people that are in the community. And the next step kind of seemed to be, why not do a magazine? So here I am 4 years later with thousands of people that read the magazine, and I have writers from all over the world, which I think is so interesting and interesting that I've got people from California, Arizona, Finland, Canada, England, and I talked to lots of interesting people. So personally, I think it's great. So let's see. The magazine's been in existence for 4 years. The writers are giving me their information for free, which I think says a lot about the ethics and the values of the people that are sharing their writings, because they want to share and help people to move forward. And the tagline for the magazine is enlighten and inform, that you read the information and then you choose what really rings true to you or not, because it's not my job to tell you what's right or not right, but what rings true in your heart or your gut. So we're here today with Sage Walker. So I'm gonna say hi, Sage.
Hi.
I love the background.
Thanks.
I wish mine would work. I'll get it to work at one point.
It was a miracle that it worked, so.
Well, I love technology.
Yes.
So Sage is one of my writers, and she has a monthly article that's on the magazine, ROC Metaphysical. I'll say that a couple times. And she calls it spiritual wisdom. She works in the healing field or the alternative healing field and works with her spiritual guides. And so I'm going to kind of let her step forward and talk a little bit about your background, what you do, and don't forget your book and your website.
Okay, thanks. Well, for many years, I've always been very curious, and I was able to start seeing energy. And so I realized it as I was looking at people and working on them, because I studied many different energy modalities, that I could see the energy in their auric fields. And the spirit guides, angels, and masters that I work with would give me information about what that person could do to help themselves. So that's part of what I do in my practice. And everything that they've given somebody else to do, they've had me do first, so that I'm able to experience what the potential the exercise has. They like calling it homework. And I've been connected with spirit for many, many years. And in August of 2018, I was throwing out paperwork and old journals, and I heard a voice that said, take that out of the wastebasket. And so I said, okay, because I have learned you always do as they tell you. And I started looking at it, and I found about 300 passages of what I call spiritual wisdom that was given to me by them that I have no recollection of. I remember about 5 of them. The rest, it's like, I didn't write these. And when I was told then by them that it had to be published. And the book is called The Awakening, Creating a New Way of Being, which is on Amazon. And
do you want me to bring it on so people can
sure.
see it? All right, so we're going to share the screen, so be patient. So this is that's the book.
Yes. And so that's the first book. I'm actually working right now to finish writing up the rest of the passages. I had a hard time saying that I was the author of this because I have no recollection of this. So I finally decided that I'm their scribe. They give me the information and then I write it down for them.
Okay,
and,
let me bring you back to a regular screen. Okay.
Okay. And I was told that that eventually these passages would be read around the world, which is a little bit difficult for me to even imagine. But they said they're all passages to help people change and enhance their life. So, and I'm just their scribe. In my practice, my website is the Angelic Link. And in my practice, I see people, I do some energy work with them, and I also read their auras, and whoever, whether it's a spirit, an angel, a guide, a master, whoever wants to come and assist with giving information about what that particular person needs to do, then I just communicate that. I usually write it down so that they can take it home and remember it.
I know I've gotten homework from you, so you know I know you do give handouts, as like
yes,
the teacher would say.
And so, and most people have told me that it's very beneficial to them. And so that's part of what I do in my practice. I also do readings for people. I have actually currently am working with somebody in California. She calls me periodically. I just finished with a gentleman in St. Louis. So I do some of the work over the phone if a person wants to do it that way. And right now, because of what's going on in the world, that's what I'm doing, is doing it by phone or through Zoom. And I'm not the most one of the things that I found out, even when I was working in a full-time job, they would tell me not to touch the fax or the computer because they would break. And energy, and when you're working with spirit and technology, is not always working really easily. So sometimes it's a challenge for me. One of the things that I thought of is I just opened the book, and what came up is the circle of angels. We see the beauty that lies within. We see, we see. There is no room to hide. We see, we see. Look, look and find yourself. Ask the ego to go and hide. Look, look and find yourself. Be grateful for who you are. Be aware and know we see all of you. Be assured we love you and all that is inside. We watch as you walk this journey. We see the blessings of who you are. We see what you hide. We see, we see. Know that we see what we see is truth, and we know the greatness of who you are. No, we watch you from above. No, we do this with great love. No, you can never hide from us. No, we are always there for you. No, we are here to guide you. Blessings and love from the circle of angels. That's one of the passages, and I have no recollection of writing it. It's like, okay, this is foreign to me because it's like I'm hearing it for the first time when I'm reading it. So, and I've always enjoyed working within the spiritual realm, and it's a guide I use for my own life. So,
Well, I have a copy of the book, and I think, it's uplifting, and, I've been around where, you get the book out and you just like pick a random page because
yes,
that's maybe the information that you need to hear, but it's positive, it's thought provoking. It's something that people can use, especially, you're having maybe not a great day. You can get the book out and just read it and know that it's come from a higher source. And, they want us to, be working at the best level that we can be at. So it's a great book. I enjoy it. And pieces of the book will be on the magazine monthly. If people wanted to reach you, they can reach you through your website,
yes,
or they could email you at theangelic@gmail.com.
yes.
And so technology is going to be your friend, and you're going to be doing a lot of Zoom work, right, Sage?
Yes, I am. And one little thing I'll add before we finish is right after this pandemic started, someone opened the book just randomly and posted on Facebook, because the one she opened the book to is We Are One, talking about how everybody's one and helping each other and that type of thing, which was like, and that's how it works. They just bring up the page you need.
Right. So I just want to say, if there's anybody listening that's enjoying this, there will be more interviews with writers that are maybe a one-time writer or contributing monthly. That I'm always looking for writers. And there's also advertising. So if people want to advertise, the magazine is free. And that's how I keep it afloat, is with the advertising. So I think we're gonna say we're done for now, and I'm gonna hit the stop button in hopes that the recording will stop. So hold on.
Thanks.